Hello students, today we will see double subscripted array. I will write few programs with double subscripted array. First I will explain you how double subscripted array is created. This is a double subscripted array declaration where I have created an array with 5 rows and 4 columns. After we write this, it will create one array with 5 rows and 4 columns. This is row number 0, row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, row number 4. Altogether 5 rows. Column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3. Altogether 4 columns. Name of this array is A. Now we can store altogether 20 elements, that is 20 integers in this array. The first integer in the top leftmost corner, suppose we store 2. That means 2 is stored in A00. So here A00 is 2. The first subscript is representing row number and the second subscript is representing column number. So A00 I stored 2. Suppose I want to store one number here in this particular cell. Then I have to write what is the location of this cell in the array. It is row number 3 and column number 2. So I have to write A32 equal to, suppose I store 5. So 5 will be stored here. This is how double subscripted array is created, and the first subscript, that is the left one, is representing row number and the right side one is representing column number. So A32 is 5. 5 will be stored there. Similarly, with string array also we can create a double subscripted array like this. We can create float, double, any type of variable array with double subscripted type. Now I will be storing some numbers in one array and find their sum. This is a simple program. Let us try that one. I have created one array with 3 rows and 2 columns. That means we are going to store 6 numbers in this array. Let me take one more int variable b, one more int variable c, and one more int variable d, then s equal to 0. These are few variables I have taken. Now what will I do? I will take input of numbers in the array. I'll create one loop for b equal to 0, b less than 3, b plus plus. One more for loop, c equal to 0, c less than 2, c plus plus. Then I'll take one number as input, d equal to in dot next int. So one number will be taken input in d variable. Prior to what I have written, we have to write import java.util.scanner, then public class, any name for this program, then public static void main, then scanner in equal to new scanner system.in. Those you are already aware of, so I am not writing those. Straightway I have written that input statement. You understand, in is the object which I have created of the scanner class. So in dot next int, this will input one integer in d. Now this d I will transfer in the array. So I write a b, b is representing row number and c is representing column number. A, B, C equal to D. So the number which I have taken input now stored in the array. I complete the inner loop, the second for loop. So values in all the columns of B number row is already entered. Then I close the first for loop. So all the 6 integers are entered in the array. Now we'll find sum of these elements. Since I have to take the numbers from the different cells in the array, I have to mention the cell number, that is the subscripts, row subscript as well as column subscript. So again I need to create 2 for loop, one representing the row, one representing the column. This is for row, then this is for column. Now we can calculate sum. S equal to S plus A, B, C. That is the number which is in A, B, C, that means in A array, B number row and C number column will be added with S. We complete the second for loop, then all the numbers in that particular column is added. Then I complete the first for loop, then all the numbers in the array are added to S accumulator. Now what is left? We have to print the value of S. So after that, system out print ln S. This will print the sum of all the elements that we have stored in the array. So since before we have written class, we have to write class, public static, all those you know. So at last, after this also we have to put 2 more closing braces. Hope you understand how to create a double subscripted array and how to input numbers in the double subscripted array. After taking input, till this we have taken input the numbers in the array. After taking input, here we have again accessed the numbers from the array and calculated sum of every element in S, and finally after finishing this we have printed the value of sum which is in S. Hope you understand this. Now we'll do another program. Now we'll see one more program where we will find sum of the diagonal elements of an array. Write a program to assign 9 integers in a 3 by 3 array. Display sum of the elements in the diagonals. That means we have to create one 3 by 3 array, that is 3 rows 3 columns. Then we'll assign number in those, say 4, 3, 5, 2, 1, 9, 7, 8, 6. Just these numbers we'll assign in the array. Then we'll find sum of the diagonals, that is 7 plus 1 plus 5, 1, and again another one, that is 6 plus 1 plus 4. Row numbers 0, 1, 2, column numbers 0, 1, 2. Now let us start. I'm not writing all those class, public static, scanner, all those things I'm not writing. I'm just starting from the declaration of the array. Int a, we have to give 2 empty bracket. One is representing row, the other one is representing column. We are going to assign these values. So straightway we'll assign 4, 3, 5. Two, 1, 9. Then again 7, 8, 6. Then put one semicolon. By this line we have assigned these numbers in the array, and the array will look like this. Now to find sum of the diagonals, we need some more int variables. Int r c s1 equal to 0, s2 equal to 0. Create one for loop for r equal to 0, r less than 3, r plus plus. Again another loop for c equal to 0, c less than 3, c plus plus. Now if you see the left diagonal, that is which is starting from the left hand side, 4, 1, 6, where are the positions of these elements? 4 is in 0, 0, 1 is in 1, 1, and 6 is in 2, 2. That means row and column number are same. So this is very simple. We can check if R, which is representing row number, equal to C. So when R equal to C will be when row and column number is equal. Then we'll calculate the left diagonal sum. S1 equal to S1 plus A R C. And when we'll get the right diagonal, see the positions of the right diagonal 0, 2, 1, 1, 2, 0. Now the row number and column number are not equal. Now how to do that? I have one logic. If R plus C, if R plus C equal to 2, if R plus C equal to 2, why R plus C equal to 2? You see, when R is 0, row is 0, column is 2, 2 plus 0, 2. When row is 1, column is 1, 1 plus 1, 2. When row is 2, column is 0, then 2 plus 0, 2. That means by this logic we are finding the right diagonal. So now S2 equal to S2 plus A R C. Done. So we have completed. We have calculated sum of the elements in the left diagonal as well as sum of the elements in the right diagonal. Now S1 is the sum of left diagonal and S2 is the sum of right diagonal. Now we'll print it. So we have completed. So sum of left diagonal and sum of right diagonal is done. Hope you understand this. Here we have created the array and assigned the values in the array. Like this, one array will be created. Then we have taken variables R, C, S1, S2. R and C I have taken for row number and column number. S1 for left diagonal sum, S2 for left right diagonal sum. Here we have calculated sum of left diagonal when R equal to C, means left diagonal. Then here we have calculated right diagonal when R plus C equal to 2 is right diagonal. We have calculated. Then finally we have printed. Now if we have this array 4 into 4 or 5 into 5, this is a 3 into 3 array, 3 by 3 array. Now if it is a 4 by 4 array, we have to make little change here for the right diagonal. If R plus C equal to 3 in case of 4 by 4 array. If it is a 5 by 5 array, then here we will write R plus C equal to 4. Hope you understand. This is very simple program. Now we will see another program using double subscripted array. Write a program to input 15 integers in a 3 by 5 array. Display sum of the elements in each row. Int a equal to new int 3 5. This will create the array with 3 rows and 5 columns. We need more int variables, int r c for row and column. Then I need s equal to 0 for sum. Then I need one more variable, say d, for taking input. I'll create one loop for r equal to 0, r less than 3, r plus plus. This will create a loop for the rows. Then another for loop, c equal to 0, c less than 5, c plus plus. This will create another for loop for columns. Now b equal to in dot next int. This will take one number as input. Now we'll store it in the array. A R C equal to D. We have entered the number in the array. The storage part of the array is complete. Now what we will do, we will calculate sum of the elements in the rows. Again we need for loop. For r equal to 0, r less than 3, r plus plus. Then for c equal to 0, c less than 5, c plus plus. Created. Now when we have such one array with 3 rows and 5 columns, and we are to find sum of the elements in each row. These are the rows 0, 1, 2. These are the columns 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to actually calculate 0, 0 plus 0, 1 plus 0, 2 plus 0, 3 plus 0, 4. This is sum of row number 0. Then when we are calculating sum of next row, 1, 0 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4. Likewise we will calculate. Now that means row is remaining fixed and column is changing. S equal to S plus A R C. Then we complete this for loop. That means the for loop which is meant for column is complete. So after completing this, we have already calculated sum of row number R. So we can print it. Sum of row number 0 is done. Now we have to calculate sum of row number 1. So we have to again initialize the accumulator with 0 so that we can go for the next row. Then we complete the first for loop. So the next row sum will be calculated and that will be printed. Okay, done. Then we complete the program. So hope you understand this. In this portion here we have created an array of the required size. Here in this portion 2 for loop, here we have taken input numbers in the array. Then in this portion we have calculated sum of each row and printed. So hope you understand this program. Now we'll do again another program. So now we are doing another program. Write a program to input 12 integers in a 3 into 4 array. Display sum of each column. Previous program we have done sum of each row. Now we will do sum of each column. In the same way, int a empty bracket equal to new int 3 4. So this will create a 3 by 4 array. Now for row 1 variable, for column 1 variable, for input 1 variable, and for sum 1 variable, we make a for loop for r equal to 0, r less than 3, r plus plus, for c0, c less than 4, c plus plus. This will create an array with 3 rows and 4 columns. We have to calculate sum of each column, that is here 0 row, 1 row, 2 row, 0 column, 1 column, 2 column, 3 column. Sum of each column means column 0 sum means 0 0 1 0 2 0. Column 1 sum 0 1 1 1 2 1. Likewise we have to calculate. So first we'll input the numbers. D equal to in dot next int a r c equal to D. Storage part is complete. Now we'll calculate sum for R. Let us start it with now C. Since we are going to calculate sum of each column, so column will remain fixed and row will change. So C equal to 0, C less than 4, C plus plus. Then for R0, R less than 3, R plus plus. S equal to S plus A R C. Here R is changing since it is inner loop and C is remaining fixed since it is outer loop. So RC means 0 0 1 0 2 0. So after finishing this second for loop, we have completed finding sum of one column. So we print it. Then as before we did in the previous program, here we initialize again sum, then we finish the first for loop. So here it is done. So in this program we have calculated sum of each column and printed. This portion is taking input and this portion is calculating sum of each column. Since we are finding sum of each column, the column is remaining fixed, it is outer for loop, and row is changing every time, so row is inner for loop. So this is how we can calculate sum of each column, and here we have printed. So for today up to this. In our next class I will do some more programs with double subscripted array. Thank you.